guys, welcome back to the channel. So we've got our powder coating oven. Just to recap the last video, we put in the casters for the adjustable feet and the casters at the moment. We've done the cross braces, including the cross braces for the burners, which is at the bottom, and the control panel on the side. So I'm going to move over here. I'm going to show you what I got set up. I got the layout table open again. It's coming real handy. I got my plasma cutter out, and I've gone ahead and measured the base. Now the base is 26 by 48. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cut, or going to burn 3 pieces out of a full 4x8 sheet. One being the base, one being the top, and one being the underneath. This way, once that's all set, I don't have to worry about that, flipping the oven back and forth. So let's get these cut. I've got it marked out already. Let me show you. Okay, so it's 26. So there's 3 pieces that are marked out. I've got some spare there, which I definitely will keep and use later on. But she's ready to rock and roll. So let me start up the plasma and we'll get these cut. Okay, so we got her set up. So what I'm going to do is, this one clears the table. So we'll cut this one and then slide her on down. Let me turn on my plasma. So I'm going to turn the compressor back on. It might be a little loud, so bear with me. Okay, so I got, I don't have, oh, do I have my marker? I do. Okay, so this is the base portion. I hope you guys can see that. Okay, so what we know is that we've got the 2x2 on each corner. So we're going to mark 2x2 on each corner. And this is 2 inches wide. I'm going to line that up flush up against there. One. I'll do the full line so you can kind of visually see what I'm doing. Now I'm not running the square off the top because I cut that. So what I'm going to do is we'll bring it down this way, and it's pretty well bang on, which is great. Mark here. Just make a little mark here. You guys, hopefully you guys can see that. Mark there. Make a little mark here. And I'm going to square off of this. 1. 2. Okay, so that's what we're going to be cutting out. Okay, so we also have a bar in the middle. So on this for the bottom. So what we'll do is we'll measure the middle mark and we'll create a line. So this is 4 feet, right? So we're at 24. and we want it to be 23 and 25 because it's 2 inches. That's dead center. And that's the center bar. Now we're not cutting that out. That's just where we're going to do some drilling and some spot welding. So let's cut out these edges, and then we'll do a test fit and see how she goes. If worst comes to worst, we'll take out the grinder, grind it down a little, and we should be okay. Put the ground on that. What I like to do is use my straight edge to guide the cuts. Now I have one that I use all the time, and it's this one. I never use that, I don't want to ruin it. We're going to have to turn the compressor back on, guys. Sorry about the noise. Okay guys, so I've got that panel in there. Now if you remember, I cut the angle iron with the slots, right, to run the wire. So what we'll do is we'll put this angle iron in the spot that's required. Just going to find the right one. There we go. That's the one. And then we'll mark the plate so we can cut it. Okay, so all the wiring to come through. Keep it somewhat consistent. Okay, so that one's there, right? So the wire's going to go underneath. We don't have to worry about cutting the other one. This one's got to go here. Where's that other piece I had? Here. This. Put that flush, somewhat, and then we'll mark that. Okay, so I've got it marked for the bottom. And then we can cut those out. And we're good. And this is control panel side. And just put a C. Alright. So I'll cut those out. And then we'll get ready to mount that in. Okay guys, I got that piece cut and I'll show you. Let's put it back in. Oh, let's get that back in there. There we go. The slots are clear. We're good. We're perfect. Okay, so now we'll get this in place. We'll get it braced. We're going to do some spot welds down the middle. And then we're going to clamp down those angle irons down where they need to go, and we'll weld them in. And then we'll go from there. She's looking good. She's looking really good. Okay, let's get those in there. I think what we'll do first is get the spot welds in and then go from there. So let me get my drill. That'll grab. Yes, sir. I've had these things for a long time, so they're getting a little tired, just like their owner. There we go. Let's do one more. Hold it down. Don't usually give me that kind of a problem. Okay. Just try that one. Okay. We need it. Tap a little bit. Nice, flush, and on, one in the middle, looking good. Now once that come out just a bit. Good. Got one in the middle. There we go. Okay, so we'll get the other one clamped in too. think I got enough clamps open. Should be able to. Here. What I'll do is I'll get these all clamped in, guys, and then I'll bring you in and show you what I've done to get a better look at an idea here. Good. All right, let's see if we can get that other one clamped in. She's looking really good, guys. All right. This one here, if I'm not mistaken, I had four here. There we go. Nothing like a smack in my head. Knock some sense into me. Clamp that one down. And I'll show you what my next step of action is here. Right. So guys, what you see me doing now is just getting everything ready for welding. What's going to happen is whatever I'm doing here at the bottom, I'm going to have to be doing it at the top and at the bottom plate. The bottom plate we don't weld in, we screw them in, or I screw them in. So let's get these tightened up and then I'll bring you in and you guys can take a look. She's looking pretty good. So what's happening here, as you guys see that, it's actual, a base for that bottom plate or the back wall to mount up against. We'll do the same for the top. And then once the top's in, it'll overlap here, right? With the sides, it'll overlap the sides, and then we'll compression fit the same way. So the compression fit will squeeze everything into place and hold everything nice and tight. Once it heats up, it expands and contracts, so it'll hold it from buckling. So that should work out pretty good. Let's get this one mounted here. And it's nice and flush. Tighten that up. Yeah, she's good. She's flush. Okay guys, let me bring you in a little closer so you can actually see what I've done. So there you go. Okay, so basically it's like using like a brace for a compression plate up against it. Now the outside ones I won't weld yet until I get the back wall up, but I'm gonna do the actual back brace. Reason I got them in there is just to make sure this thing is sitting nice and flush. So what we'll do is we'll weld up back here on the outside corners. We'll do the spot welds in here, and then we'll tack the base there just to make sure it doesn't move. So what I'll do is I'll put a tack right over here, okay, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, and one on the outside here just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, and then we'll clean that up later. So what we're going to do with the angle iron is we're going to drill holes through it and tack that in also to the bottom so she'll hold nice and tight. Then we'll flip this oven on its top and repeat this process on the top plate. And then we'll do the back wall. So let me get the welder ready and we'll get ready to rock and roll. Okay guys, so I'm going to do some pre-drilling in here for spot welds. All right, we should be good. All right, let's get that welder set up. Okay, I think I got the camera in a good position. So we're going to do a couple of tacks in here. Just to hold everything together. Okay, so now we need to get this puppy up so we can get that top piece in. We should be able to. Yeah. So it doesn't fall on my head. All right, we got her up. Okay guys, so I got the bottom or the top plate in. I just got the oven on its top. And I got it all ready to go ahead and spot weld. So we'll spot weld that all up, and then we'll flip it back on its feet, and then we shall get the back plate in. And I'll show you what we're going to do there. All right, let's get that bottom piece tacked in a couple of spots. I feel better about it. Should be good. Okay. So we need to get this puppy back up. Okay guys, there you go. We got the top and bottom in. We're ready to rock and roll. So now we'll have to measure out the back and get that in. And then we can put the side pieces on of the angle iron to sandwich or compress the back plate in. So let's get this camera back on a tripod and we'll get going. Okay guys, so we're getting ready to mark the back plate. It's 70 inches and a half. So let's mark it. And a half. And a half. So we're going to mark this, get it all ready to cut. There's a bunch of side cuts that we'll have to do, but let me mark it and I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me get a good surface to mark on. Okay, 70 and a half. It is 48 inches wide. So what I'm doing right now is measuring out these cutouts. Here. Okay. So 11 and a half. Bottom line is 14 and a half. That's the one. So here, what do we got? There's 21 and a half. Okay. There we go. Now let's measure the other one. This one. Of course, we're always going to measure from the top now. It is 35 and a half. Let's put some shades on here. Add them up. I do. And we'll get that cut. Sure to clear the table here. Well, actually we gotta get airline put onto the plasma cutter. And we gotta turn it on. A good idea. Clearing the table here. through there no problem. Okay guys, let me get my gloves and let's see if we can get this piece to sit in there properly. It would be very nice if it just slid in. Well, what are the chances of that happening? Well, let's see. We're in, guys. Okay, so we got to lift up on that corner a bit. But other than that, we're good. Let me clamp this side. Okay guys, let's get this braced up against those back rails. Got it drilled. There we go. I'll hold it nice and tight. What I'll do is just put this railing on top so I kind of know where I'm at. Doesn't have to be dead center or anything, just has to be enough that we can hold it. There we go. Let's do the next one. And we're just, with these things, you just got to push them really in, hard, and they hold beautifully. Okay. Eyeball where that one is for the burner. No, I just measure it. I think it was 16 from the bottom. Double check. $18.5. I should be able to put a hole. There we go. Nice and tight, guys. It's the next day, guys. Good morning. So we've got the back plate in. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to tack that in. So we'll game plan with that is that I've got it pegged in place. So before I do the spot welds here, I'm going to go around, let me show you the back. Let's go back here. So there are my pegs. So I'm going to weld here and here on each of those sections, okay? We will do some welding up in here also on the way down. And then we'll go ahead and do the spot welds. And that will secure that back plate. Now here, I cut out some cutouts. What we're gonna do is weld that here. We'll grind off the excess and go from there. Now, we've got some gaps, okay? Because we had to make it a little bigger to get that in there. I'm not too concerned because once the side plates go on, they should fill up those gaps. We got something going on a little bit in here, so what I'll do is I'll tack that in there to make sure that it doesn't move. There on this side, we've got a little bit more of a gap. Not huge, but a little. And once the plate goes on there, it should cover that up. And of course, I am going to do a seam weld all the way through. So there you go, guys. The side's all cleaned up, okay? All the welds that I put in on the back plate. I cleaned up some of the tacks there, okay? Spot welds. There's a spot weld. So what I did is I touched them from the back just to secure them in. Now the ones in the middle are not done yet, but we'll do that. So we gone ahead and did the same on this side. We cleaned everything up. And I've also gone ahead and put in the plate, the angle iron, okay? So this is a compression plate. It's very tight. Notice how I've got it clamped down. It's tight up against the back wall. And we also did that one. Now I have them pre-drilled. So now we'll go ahead and we'll spot weld the drill marks or drill holes. And then get that welded in nice and tightly. And then we'll do the top one and then we'll do the chasers. Now, I haven't talked about the chasers yet, which is also an angle iron and compression plate. They're gonna go from one angle iron to the other, to the bottom, up against the wall. And they'll also be spot welded in and welded from the front and cleaned up. And that's gonna hold everything in nice and tightly. Built like a tank. So this thing would last a very long time. Really important to kind of figure out a way to try to keep the oven from bowing or fluxing. So by doing all of that, I'm hoping, and I had in the past it's worked sensational, is to keep everything nice and square. So let me tack those or do those spot welds at the bottom, and then we'll move to the top. Okay, so let's get this welder turned back on again. I got to turn the amperage up again as we're going through that angle iron. Where are we putting it? Okay, we'll put it right here for now. Put my welding hat on and welding gloves. I always call it a hat. It should be called a hood, but whatever. It doesn't matter. You guys know what I'm talking about, I hope. Let's get those put in. Gas is on, ground's on. I don't think she's going anywhere. All right, so let's set up the top. And we'll do the same thing as we did at the bottom. We'll wait for those to cool off a bit. And we'll put those compression plates here, line them up, make sure they're nice and square, drill them, and then we'll get them tacked in. Looking really good. So we got the top ones in. They're just clamped in for now. Move over there and show you. So what we're going to do is I'll pre-drill them like I did the bottom, and we'll weld them in. And then I'll show you I guess the risers, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, let's get those top pressure plates welded in. They're pre-drilled, which is good, and ready. So we'll weld the tops, and then we'll get ready to do the risers. But let's get this welded first. Let me get a stool. I think I'm going to need that. Oh, maybe not. Let me move this so you guys can see what I'm doing. So what I'll do is I'll just hold her here, like so, and tack it, and then go in and weld. And that should be okay. So we move the oven over. I got the oven on the other side, guys. So let's get this opposite side welded up. Ground it off. Let's ground it off down here. We should be able to get that to sit nice and tight. All right, I'm gonna let those cool off for a bit. While those are cooling off, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up these edges and then get ready to put the angle irons in. But I'm gonna let that sit for a bit. She's looking pretty good. All right, let's bring it on over and see how it fits. So guys, I've gone ahead and drilled some holes in that pressure plate. That's going to be, of course, for the spot welds. I'm going to do them on both sides. So what we'll do is we'll get my welding gear ready to go, and we'll spot weld that. And then, of course, we'll do the finishing welds up in here. And then that's about it for the cross members. We'll sand them all down or grind them all down, clean them all up. And then we'll get the plasma cutter out and we'll get ready to cut the side panels. And then it's going to be a lot of welding, but she's looking pretty good. I got myself my grinder ready. We're going to go ahead and clean up those welds. All right, guys, let's see if we can get these panels in. I can see a couple areas where they'll have to be trimmed. Well, I got the sheet up on the layout table, and I've gone ahead and marked it. So the size is 70.5 by 24. So I've marked two pieces. Well, the remaining we're going to cut first. I did end up putting a new bit or a new head on my plasma, so hopefully that'll work better for us. So let me get a pair of shades on and let's see if we can cut some sheet metal. I do this with my left hand, which is always a little bit fun. I'm hoping I can get this one in here nicely. I'm pretty sure I can. I'm hoping I can anyway. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Let's see if we can do 2 for 2. That would be nice. And we're in. I guess it was. 3rd time a lucky charm. Okay. That one there. That one there. Tight up against the wall. Tight up against there. We're good. Okay. We did it. Well, we got to tack that one in. Same way we did the other side. It's got a little bit of a lip, but we'll get rid of that. And then we'll get the ground on and we'll get the welder on and we'll get her done. Hoping that you guys can see. This side should be easier to weld because I am a righty, not a lefty. So we should be able to weld that without any issues. Hoping you guys could see that. Let me get my cap on. Get the ground on. Where can we put this? Let's do it on this one here. Let's move this welder up a little. That excess all get cut off. We're good. All right. Let's get that tacked in. Get my angle iron. Oh, got way too much. Hold on, guys. as you see, we got it all skinned, interior. She's looking really good. Left side of that side panel was real easy. The right side, well, yeah, a little bit of a challenge, but we got her in. Take a look around, you guys can see. So we've got the angle iron all the way up to the top, which is awesome. Back side. So she's looking really good. So, you know, a lot of people are asking me, why are you using so much weight in the back of this oven? Well, to be honest with you, there's two reasons. One is that we want to make sure that the inner liner doesn't bow and is compressed in tightly. The second reason is that we want the weight back there. Reason being is that the door itself is going to be a full 4-foot door. So it'll be, you know, 4 feet or 48 by 70. So it's going to be a big door. So it's going to be heavy. So we need that extra weight back there so the oven doesn't tip when we open that door. So that should solve that problem with having that extra weight back there. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this segment. Please like and subscribe. More to come. I'm trying to make it as detailed as I can. I hope you guys are liking it. I know the videos are getting a little long, but the only way to get the detail in there is to make them long. Guys, thanks again for watching. Please remember to subscribe.